Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, for your Sunday series, it's going to be Special versus Neeb. Starting on Port Alexander, the latter edition, going to be a best of 5 from WCS Spring. Very excited to cast this, because these are two of the best Foreigner players today. I erroneously said that Showtime was the highest ranked Foreigner in the WCS standings, and Cyril is number 1, but Neeb is currently in that number 2 spot. So we will see how Special can handle it. Top left-hand corner is the Red Terran player Special. Top right-hand corner in game number 1 is the Blue Protoss player Neeb. Alright, what's this going to be? Who's going to come out on top here? I'm kind of interested to see who's going to do this. Two very evenly ranked players at the top of their game, two fan favorites. A lot of people love Juanito. A lot of people love Neeb. Neeb did not have a good year last year. 2018 was not for Neeb. He didn't do much, honestly, compared to what we expect from him, but he's back on top-ish now. So we'll see what he can pull off. Probe scouting, because that's what you got to do in all of PV whatever matchups. If you don't probe scout, you're going to die. I guess with the exception of PvP, where you just don't bother because you know what the other person's doing, because if they don't do it, they'll die. Kind of weird that way. Mirror matchups can be funny. And just how much you have to scout, exactly. Anyway, nothing too crazy going on. No proxy shenanigans. Probably going to start a Reaper here. There it is. Reaper's name is Repo. There's clearly been a mistake. I was just doing my job repossessing houses from people declaring bankruptcy. The next thing I know, these Dominion goons sweep me off saying they need a Reaper to lead the charge of the enemy base. These idiots won't listen to me no matter how many times I tell them I am a Repo man, not a Reaper man. Ah, well, I guess I'll just have to pretend that the Protoss haven't paid their taxes this year. Alright, so it is Repo. Repo the Reaper here. Seems like a bit of a dialect confusion, but it happens sometimes. We'll just let it go. Repo moving on out, walling off against potential Adept Shadens. You gotta do that against Protoss Terran players. Special showing you everything you have to do to win a game. Expansion coming down. Got an Adept on the way to deal with the Reaper. And second gas is done. So at this point, what do we do if you're Neeb? You have a few options. You can go Stargate, you can go Twilight Council, you can go Robotics Facility. Choosing one of those does indicate what you're going to open with at the very least, but you can definitely go all 3 tech choices. Oh, the wall. Oh, the wall at the last second, Neeb. That was brutal stuff. So he chases the Reaper away. Almost kills it. Can't quite do it. Decides to hoof it across the map and see what damage she can do on the other side of the map here. But there are 2 Marines and a Reaper hoofing it back home here too. He'll be full of health by the time he gets there anyway with combat drugs. So neither player really taking much damage whatsoever. Canceled the pylon because he doesn't need that full wall. Additional Adepts on the way here. Adepts trying to get some kills here. He's going to get 1 Marine. And possibly, 2. No, does not get the second one. Woo, you're 1 HP. You thank the balanced Blizzard gods for that one. It used to be Adept 2-shot Marines, and then they changed it so it was a 3-shot on those dudes. And that's why he survived for an extra 10 seconds. Alright, so Reaper heading out to try to do some more stuff. I mean, you're not going to do anything against Neeb, not at this stage anyway. He does have a Phoenix in production. I'm surprised the Reaper's still alive, though. Usually they don't last to the 3.5, 4 minute mark. And a shot from an Adept is not going to help with that either, but nice control. Pulling back. I like how the Adept's going to kill this Orbital Command all by her lonesome. Just wham! 4,700 shots later, this thing goes down. It's barely scratched as it is. Cyclone up. Cyclone here to deal with any oracles that might show up and try to kill him. Pretty good against Phoenix too, just keeping them from doing anything scouting wise. And Repo just continuing to cruise around to see what is up here. Phoenix play, additional gateways. It's like a Phoenix Adept style, which was really good. It was all the rage in early Legacy of the Void. Not so much anymore, just because again the Marines take 3 shots to kill, and it really changed the whole setup on that meta. Ooh, there's a Widowmine out. I like the Widowmine play. Adepts get into the mineral line. All 3 of them can 1-shot an SCV. SCVs take 3 shots to kill too. Lifting on that. Wow, lifting on the Cyclone. That's some beautiful stuff there. Cyclone gets picked off. I think the Cyclone might actually end up getting killed by this Phoenix. That's insane. I've never seen that before. Adepts at the front door. Special's in a lot of trouble, man. He is effectively, I don't know where these probes died or to what exactly, but a lot of stuff happening down here where the natural base is just a no-go zone at this stage for Special. He has almost managed to clear it out, using that Cyclone to pick off a Phoenix. Oh, gets it. And the Adept dies too, so Special does manage to survive. He's down 43 to 34 workers, which is not where you want to be. Neeb's getting a third base here, too. And going for a robotics facility on the follow-up. Our Terran player, Juanito, is working on a third base, too, and Cyclones and Liberators. So it is a bit of a mech styling here. Again, just influenced by Maru mostly. Just make a little bit of everything. You can be pretty good in PvT that way. Yeah, Magfield Accelerator on the way here, too. That's going to be hugely important. Yeah, so basically we're going Twilight Council and a robotics facility right now, and a third base. Neeb is doing all of the Protoss things at the same time. Phoenix cruising on in. Are there seriously no missile turrets here? New missile turrets. All right, well, static defense might have saved some of these SCVs' lives, possibly. Oh my gosh, he's just trying to handle the Cyclones, but there's a Viking too, so that's not going to happen. That's a recall ball if I've ever seen one. Yeah, if you ever see a Protoss come up into this corner, they're going to get recalled, whatever it is. And they make it home. So 3 base versus 2 base is really bad for special at this stage. The shield battery protecting the third, working on immortals, working on charge lots. It is 51 to 46 workers. Army supply a little bit higher for special right now, so he's got a pretty good push. He's bringing some SCVs for repair. Slight bit of an all-in. He's not getting, well, he is technically sort of getting a third base, as he has a third orbital command inside of his main. I don't know. Phoenix picking off that Viking, tried to land, died mid-landing animation, which is kind of incredible. And look, the main base, once again, completely unprotected here. Cyclone does show up. But seriously, lift the Cyclone, kill it, go to town on everything else. You're going to win this thing. Special needs to win with this attack, or he is in an immense amount of trouble. Where? Oh, Liberator stuff. It's Liberator stuff down here that Special is doing, because he's a multitasking genius. Wow, too many probes. Too many probes going down. Third base under attack. Cyclones lock on versus these Stalkers. Third base does land for Special. All right, man. Special, I feel like he was in trouble, but he's not too bad now. Lifting and killing a Cyclone, but losing a couple of Phoenix in the process. Very dangerous to do that. Nice force fields. Catching a couple Marines and a Cyclone in the mix. A couple SCVs die there, too. Neeb just hanging on. Neeb's third base is up and running. Third base by Special. Happily harvesting here, too. 53 to 53 workers. Phoenix cruising down the left side, trying to see if there are any more Phoenix he needs to worry about. Or rather, Liberators he needs to worry about. Charge is almost done, and Charge is such a good spell, you guys. It really makes Zealots about 18 times better than they were before. Making anything faster is great, but also gives them that damage on attack, where when they hit you after they charge, it does like 8 damage. It's really good. Zealots do not want to be at the back, they want to be at the front, and there they are. Goodbye, Marines. Lock on Zealots, because, you know, might as well kill them. You have to anyway. Third base in a little bit of trouble here from Special. 4 SCVs going down. I don't think that tank can hold against this. There's 2 Immortals in the mix. Goodbye, tank. Zealots helping on that front, too. And here comes the attack. GG! Special taps out at 8 minutes, and Neeb ends up winning game number 1. And a pretty decent back and forth there, but I gotta say, the initial attacks of Neeb killing, basically shutting down the natural base. Not killing it, but shutting it down for some time, killing a bunch of SCVs. Ended up killing 20 in total here. Did lose 9 probes in the process, but 20 SCVs down in just 8 minutes is a rough pill to swallow. Also, the Phoenix attacks up here, taking out several SCVs, slowing down construction on these buildings. Yeah, Neeb recognized it was a mech play, so we needed to get an attack up sooner rather than later. Showed up in time, charge finished, and he went for it. The Immortals getting serious damage done on those tanks especially, and the Cyclones. Zealots buffering for everybody else. The Stalkers able to hit from distance too. So good game. Good game for number 1 there. Let's go ahead and look at the final score. 4,600 resources lost for Special, 3,100 for Neeb. And yeah, good stuff. Let's check out game number 2. Don't go anywhere. We will have more right now. Game 2, King's Cove. Top left Neeb, bottom right Special. Hey, Falcon Paladin Hour, a weekly podcast with me and Samacron and sometimes special guests. We've had Zombie Grub, we've had Pig, we've had Fatty from Fatty TV. Come check it out. Just search Falcon Paladin on your podcast app. It works with Windows phones, iPhones, Android phones, whatever you got, man. Any podcast app has it. You can also just search Falcon Paladin Hour in your Google machine on any browser, and it pulls it up too, ready playable and ready to go. So check it out. Pretty fun stuff. We talk about video games and TV shows and StarCraft and movies and books and do recaps of stuff like Endgame. We talk about John Wick. It's a good time. It really is. It's just, you know, good for Good for commutes, good for mowing the lawn, good for doing the dishes. That's when I usually listen to my podcast. So when I'm doing stuff where I can't really engage in any other way with like a visual medium, the audio medium is for pods for me. All right, proxy here for special. Check it out, man. That barracks going up in that top section. This is why you probe scout, because you need to know if proxies are coming. Double gas here too indicates we're going to see some proxy cyclones and probably maybe just marauders. Could be like a proxy concussive shell marauder play, which is pretty intense actually and hard to deal with. Probe sneaks in, sees no barracks here. That's weird. How about over here? Nope, not here either. That's also very strange. Now, it technically could be back here. Sometimes we see Terran players just play mind games with Protoss and throw up a barracks back in their natural base. But not what happening here, which is what it does is it requires the probe to actually do a bit more scouting before the alarm bells go off in Neeb's head, and he really freaks out about it. So yeah, you'll notice he's checking back here. Sometimes the barracks can be right here or right here, but not today. So Reaper on the way. Reaper's name is Roger Rabbit. Roger Rabbit, the second best known cartoon rabbit in the world, was framed for the death of Marvin Acme. Roger tried to recruit the help of Eddie Valiant, but Eddie turned Roger over to the Dominion forces, sentenced to the Reaper program. Roger was stuffed into a special Toon Reaper suit that will fill up with dip if it takes too much damage. Now Rogers is hoping that at some point him escaping this mess will be funny, so his Toon powers will activate and actually allow him to escape. Yeah, man, Proxy Reaper getting some stuff done here. There's not a Stalker here yet. He gets a kill. Gets a kill, possibly another one. And really, at this level of StarCraft, getting a kill or two can actually be a pretty major win, especially if you escape with a Reaper. So nicely done, Roger Rabbit. Nicely done for sure. Gonna go ahead and heal up with them combat drugs, but the natural base is already done here for Neeb, effectively. And just getting started for special. So, I mean, the Proxy Reaper did some things. 2 drones down, or 2 probes down. Is it enough? We'll have to see. Stargate opening here out of Neeb. Special, I mean, he's got the gas. It's got to be factories. Yeah, Starport, single Hellion. Here to help deal with 2 Reapers and a Hellion, interestingly enough. There we go. So this is more of an opening that we see versus, you know, Zerg. 2 Hellions and a Reaper, but 2 Reapers and a Hellion. Interesting stuff here, too. So Stalker is the answer to this. Stalker, it's really hard for any of these units to kill a Stalker. Reapers just kind of tickle them. Hellions, the same story. But if you have a 3-to-1 situation, you might be able to kill it. Or maybe just run by it and kill the probes while the Stalker fruitlessly tries to kill you before they all die. Adept here, though. Shading in, wants to kill one of the Reapers at least. Can't do it. What a hop-up. What a beautiful hop-up. One of the Reapers does go down. Is that Roger? That was Roger. He down. His friend is also down, and the Hellion escapes, having gotten a kill. So, I mean, the damage done here is 3 probes. For 2 Reapers, it's okay. But I still feel like Neeb has the lead here. Oracle on the way. Oracle's name, I guess we could... Well, do we want to do this? We'll do this. We'll see if the Oracle, if there's 1 or if it's 2. And if it's 2, we'll use a different set of names. And if it's 1, we'll just use the single name setup here. So there's 1 Oracle, and chrono boosting out a 2nd Oracle. All right, cool. So we can do this. We can actually do double Oracle names. Double Oracle name is Eridor and Cole, 2 Ferengi explorers. Eridor and Cole were part of a bidding war with the Federation, represented by the Enterprise over a wormhole. Eridor and Cole went through the wormhole. However, the wormhole wasn't actually stable, leaving Eridor and Cole stranded in the StarCraft universe. A Protoss carrier picked them up and press-ganged the 2 Ferengi into being pilots of an Oracle. Their chances of survival are not being helped as they both are fighting over the controls. Oh, that wasn't a pair at all! I thought it was going to be 2, but it's actually just the 1 Oracle with 2 Ferengi inside. But you know what? We're going to do this. Eridor and Cole, ready to rock here. They did kill, I think, un-SCV. Hellion, actually. Finishing off a Hellion while I was reading all of that. Fine, I guess. Seems okay. 3rd base coming up for Neeb and all of the shenaniganry. Cyclones, again, very, very scary. Revelation, oh, whiffs. He whiffed on the Cyclone and actually caught the unbuildable rocks instead. Another Oracle here. By golly, it's a 3 Oracle play from Neeb. All right, here we go. Widowmine crushes one of them. I'm not sure if that was Eridor or Cole. But yeah, got a little bit too close. Neeb's being a little bit sloppy here in game number 2. Not liking it. Not liking it all that much, to be honest with you. Raven coming in, going to help with, I don't know, auto turrets. Interference matrix possibly as well. There is some SCVs going down. Oracle DPS is serious business, but you dive in here, you gotta get out. Meanwhile, Liberator does get some kills here inside the main base. And Special's Liberator harass has been really good. Really good. Look at him, has to wander in here with his anti-air stuff. Ugh! And he does manage to win it, but sheesh. It's a lot of dead stuff. That Liberator did some serious work for Special. Viking flying around trying to find our Oracle pilots. And more of a bio play here from the Terran player this time. Definitely the barracks are up. Definitely going for stim and +1 infantry weapons. Any turrets inside the main base? Anything here to protect at all? Dang, Special. That could have been a really nice attack. If he dodged in there with those 2 oracles, more SCVs would have died. But Revelation, not bad either, I guess. I mean, if you're worried about losing the oracles, as it seems like Neeb is, then maybe you don't want to dive in there at this point. Not with Cyclones on the field, not with Vikings on the field. Not with something that can interfere with your ability to use your abilities on the field. 2, hey look, special ability charge on the way. Viking lands, kills a couple probes. That bonus damage versus mechanical when it's landed is pretty good. He'd probably finish that Stalker if he wanted to. Attack something. There we go. I'm actually curious now. Does I think a landed Viking kills a Stalker one-on-one. But 5 more probes go down. I mean, Special is up big time right now. Army supply 47 to 21. Big, scary Marine tank Marauder army set up and ready to rock. 3rd base on the way from Special just now. Neeb saturating his 3rd base like the boss that he is. I mean, he's sitting on 59 workers. His economy is insane. Special needs to win this thing soon, or he's going to just be further and further behind economically. And he's going to do it. He's going to try to do it anyway. He's pushing out across the map. He's got the Ravens. He's got the Marines and Marauders. Combat Shield finishing up. Charge finishing up. +1 infantry. Weapons is probably going to finish up by the time this attack comes to. And this is just a small gateway army. There are no Disruptors here. There are no Colossus here. This is just... Stasis gets taken out. Yeah, I don't think Neeb can handle this, guys. Anti-armor missile. Perfect hit there. Really helping. Nice force fields trapping a couple Marines, and he picks them up and saves them. Special. Keeping his dudes alive. That's what you gotta do. If you're going to win at this level of StarCraft, just keep every one of your dudes alive here. Neeb does not want to engage with this at all. The tank's getting some decent shots off on these units. Getting focused a little bit there. One tank down, the other tank getting focused down there too. It does get finished off there. But Army supply 54 to 24. Special has a massive lead. Tank probably should move on up, but I don't know that Special actually needs that at this stage. Zealots getting whittled down here too. Another Zealot going down. I mean, this is just really cost-efficient stuff out of Special. He's taking down really expensive Zealots for mineral count. Stalkers here as well. The tank goes down, but I don't know that Special is really relying on that tank in this situation. Keep sending up Marines and Marauders. Medevacs are healing as best they can, but they're running pretty low on energy. Some of them are anyway. Can he get this? Can he get this? Archon coming in, but by golly, it's not there yet. Lock on the Zealots. Man, Neeb is holding with these charge lots pretty darn well. But again, it's double the army supply in favor of Special. Widow Mines getting some big-time hits. That's what he needed. Special needed some good Widow Mine hits on those Zealots, but the longer this goes on, again, the army supply keeps getting bigger and bigger. The Widow Mines need to burrow. They're not burrowing, and as a result, they are dying without hitting anything at all. That's not good. Immortal does get saved by shield batteries. Interference Matrix on the Archon, surprisingly enough, just for a little bit. He does get wiped out eventually there. Liberator getting punched in the face. What an absolute crazy non-stop battle this has been at Neeb's 3rd location here. What are we looking at? 8,000 resources lost for Neeb, 5,000 for Special. Again, army supply double for Special. Still trying to do this thing. Zealots wandering on top of Widow Mines, taking some hits. Liberator in the mix now, too. That really does change the equation. Raven's still alive, despite the fact that it's down to very, very low HP. And production tab looks really good for Special. Not as good for Neeb. He's making a single Immortal here. Also getting additional armor upgrades, which is really nice. This has been such a crazy engagement. I've never seen an engagement last this long, I don't think, at this level of StarCraft 2, or even the lower levels, honestly. Usually somebody wins by now, but the patience on display here by Special is really fantastic. Marines, Marauders, just firing at what they can. 2 kills on that Marauder, 3 kills on that Marauder. Liberators racking up some damage here, too. Army supply 78 to 45. It's just been double the supply for Neeb here for special the entire time. Neeb is sneaking a 4th base at the same time. Anti-armor missile catches about half of Neeb's army there. Liberators continuing to fire as you wander inside the circles. Bad place to be, man. That might have been it. That might have been it. A couple stalkers got caught in those Liberator circles. Widowmine's got some shots off, but you know what? No, Neeb somehow doing this despite his compromised army with the armor that is low. Marauder goes down, gets focused down here. 2 kills on that Immortal. Immortal goes down there as well. Probes getting pulled into Liberator circles. Never what you want to see, and I think Special's done it. 10 probes getting killed in just a couple seconds there, and that's your good game. Special does end up taking game number 2, evening up the series in this best of 5, turning it into a best of 3. This is where you want to be if you're Special. You did want to tie the series up. You didn't want to go down 2-0. So horrible. So hard to come back from that. But boy, howdy. What an insane situation that was. That battle went on for like 5 minutes, I feel like. Special showed up around maybe 6 or 7 minutes when we were at 11-18. So much blood spilled. Blue blood, red blood. You can see a lot of it there, a lot of it here. Kind of complimentary. Kind of complimentary on the colors there. So, boy, Special just going for effectively a 2-base attack. Took a 3rd behind it, took a 4th behind it. Got the +1 armor. What upgrades did he have, actually? Let's look. He had Stim, Combat Shield, Concussive Shell, and +1/+1. There you go. Those are the upgrades he needed. Got some Liberators in the mix. Got some tanks early on. Tanks didn't do a whole lot. Liberators more effective, I gotta say, than the tanks were. 10 kills on that Liberator. Not too shabby. And once the Immortals were gone, the shield batteries weren't going to be enough. All those probes got killed. He was down a lot in worker count, he knew. So Neeb tapped out. Let's go ahead and fight another day. So next game coming at ya soon. Don't go anywhere. Hey, look. It's Automaton. Haven't been here in a while, feels like. Bottom leftish Neeb, top rightish Special. Hey, got a store. Got merch in it. T-shirts, mugs, jackets. What else? Hoodies. We've got a bracelet there now. If you want to check that out, Shopify and Falcon Paladin, link in the description. Link in the top right, somewhere here as well. Maybe at the end of the video. Anyway, if you're interested in merch, just know that I have it. Hey, also, did you know that we do a monthly Falcon Paladin circuit tournament where everybody's invited from all levels, bronze to grandmaster? You want to show up and compete to see who the best player is in this Falcon Paladin fan tournament? You can do so. Go ahead and join the Discord. Go to the sign-up channel and figure out exactly what's going on there. We will invite you to it. You can check it out. It's coming up soon, actually. If it hasn't already passed, there's another one coming up. It's every month, okay? So that's how this works. But yes, sign up. Sign up and play is a good time for sure. Probe Scouting. No proxies this time. Out of Special. He's interested in keeping his stuff at home. I mean, did he win because he killed those 2 probes with a Reaper in the early stages of the game? I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea if that's what happened or not. It seems possible. Again, at this level, just losing a couple things at the early stages can really cause a problem for you later on. Especially if you're worse than the player you're playing against. Some early harassment can really set you back in a way that is hard to come back from. So anyway, Pro being annoying more than anything else here, and we'll kill you, Pro. Really delaying this expansion. Special just builds it off center. He can replant it, no big deal. Annoying stuff. He probably could have waited a couple seconds and built it over here, but a couple seconds of liftoff land time is about the same thing. So sixes, I gotta say. Meanwhile, Neeb's not doing anything crazy. I mean, there is no reason, honestly, for Protoss players to do anything else than this build right here. The 1-gate expand. 1-gate expand into a cybernetics core, into your second gas, and then from there do whatever you want. But I mean, it's just incredibly safe. It allows you to get your gateway out in time to deal with any kind of crazy shenanigans from the Terran player or the Zerg player. And it's incredibly safe, is what it is. Meanwhile, refinery coming up, factory coming up. Do we have a Reaper today? No, just a Marine. Marine opening here from Special, which is not actually all that good versus... Oh, no, there's a Reaper here. Wow! Good one, Falcon. You missed a Reaper being constructed and coming all the way down the map. So this Reaper's name is Dr. Otto Scratch and Sniff, the Warner Brothers studio psychiatrist, Dr. Scratch and Sniff. His lifelong burden is to make the Warner Brothers sane, and the Warner sister. One day, Dr. Scratch and Sniff was given a parking ticket. He went to the court to pay the fine, only to find Yakko, Wacko, and Dot had volunteered to be his lawyer. Their court romantics convinced the judge to change the punishment from a $15 fine to a stint in the Reaper program. Dr. Scratch-a-Sniff is happy as he is finally away from his 3 tuned menaces. And there he is. He's done. Great force field, though. Fantastic play from Neeb. There's the lift. There's the land. Ka-chink, ka-chink. Really, I mean, killing that Reaper is not a given, especially if you only have 8 Adept. I guess there was a sentry involved, too, which is nice, but... Wall. What we're going to do here, starport. So just the 1-1-1 build here from Special at this stage of the game. Double gas. Actually, 2-1-1. Okay, so 2-1-1 actually not too shabby. We see that sometimes. Just 2 barracks, 1 factory, 1 starport. This feels like a pretty strong attack. Does not feel like a macro play at all out of Special. I assume he wants to get out and either win or lose in the first couple of minutes here. Dealing with Storm is kind of a huge pain in the butt. Dealing with Colossus also pretty rough stuff. So if you can get stuff done before the Protoss player has all of the splash damage available to him, you're going to have a better time. Adept down to the Marines. Too many Marines present for the Adept to really do much there. Robotics facility on the way. Blink on the way. Raven and Stim being researched, which implies we're going to see a bio opening at the very least out of the Terran player. Maybe with some tank support based on the tech lab on that factory. But Raven, a big part of the play here. Stalker count increasing out of Neeb. He's, again, going for that robotics facility inside the main base. I think he's trying to make this area less droppable. Although that's pretty droppable too. I don't know. It's weird that he's clustering his tech buildings over here. That's still within a scan range. Going for an observer just to make sure any cloaked banshees don't ruin his day, and a third base from Neeb here about the 4-minute mark. So far, so good out of Neeb. That last, I mean, Special gave everything he had to win that last game. It took a long time to finish off Neeb too. So Neeb's got to be feeling pretty good, right? Gets that third base down, pushing out with some Blink Stalkers, try to get some stuff done. There's a Widowmine at the top of this ramp. I think Neeb's too careful to go up there without checking what is up there, and he's waiting for the Observer, obviously. There we go. If he didn't have the Observer, he... Oh, never mind. Is he seriously just going to... Nice blink. Ah, what a blink. Never mind. If you're Neeb, you don't have to have a wussy Observer. You just go, then you blink away from the Widowmine shot. Tank on the high ground. If there was blink here, maybe could have blinked up and taken it down, but there are also Marines defending, so well done by Special. And a bunker at the front to deal with the Stalkers, too. So, man, if you blink in here, you kind of just die. So maybe, I mean, yeah, he's just trying to find what damage he can. Killing El Marine, maybe 2. Taking out a Widowmine was nice. Tank firing from the high ground is really dangerous stuff. And the Marine count. Pretty scary here, too, honestly. Taking out 1 Stalker with ease. What is this? Auto turret harass. And a Marine just wandered down to the third base somehow. Doesn't have any kills. He's going to get a couple, though. This is insane. Wow, he actually got a kill. That was crazy going on. Stalker's getting pushed back by this Marine tank situation. A couple Marines die, but otherwise, Special is just fine. Thanks for asking. Raven hanging out back here, trying to escape, and does manage to find an angle, which will get him out of here, but doesn't take it. He's just trying to save up energy for like an auto turret or something. That'd be actually pretty annoying versus 2 Stalkers and a Sentry. Continued Stalker production pushing on out. Marine Marauder guys ready to go. Charge is finishing up. That is like the first upgrade that we see usually from Neeb, I guess, other than Blink, is Charge. Makes sense. Again, speed for anything that you're going to use is incredibly good. If there's a speed upgrade for a unit that you're making, get it. Done. Oh man, the Blink Stalkers able to blink away just barely. Overstimming a little bit here. There are no medevacs to help. Auto turret harass comes at the third base. Raven has 5 kills. That's not too shabby at all, honestly. 7 probes killed, no SCVs down. Looking good for Special thus far. Recalling a group of his Stalkers back to the natural? Back to the third to defend it. Dropping inside the main base, healing up a little bit. Not everybody, though, just some of them, surprisingly enough. Splitting his army up. And going after the probes, man. That is a lot more probe massacre. 6, 7, 8, 9. They're not even running. Charge lots do show up, but 13 probes go down. There's the pickup, and no! Full medevac does not make it out. Other full medevac does make it out. But still, man, that is some brutal stuff. 2,000 resources lost for Neeb, including 13 total probes there, which makes it a total of 20 probes to no SCVs that have been killed. Special gets his third base down. But again, Neeb has the ability to replace those probes quite nicely, as his 3 bases are up and running. He has Chrono Boost. And he might just be okay. He took some serious amounts of damage, yes. Auto turret still continuing to add to that kill count. He just lost another probe because he brought it back too early, man. Can't be doing that stuff. Not cool. Not cool at all. Yeah, it's bio all the time. Bio Widowmine's pretty much what he did in the last game. No major changes here for him. We'll see if Neeb responds differently. He is getting a Warp Prism, but otherwise it's pretty much the same deal. He can make Immortals. He can make Charge Lots. He's got upgrades for his dudes. He's starting his +2 armor here at about the same time. The attack from Special is coming later. So he might get +2 armor, which is actually really good against Bio. It makes Zealots so hard to kill. Stalker's a little bit more tanky too, which is nice. But man, army supply 80 to 69 in favor of the Terran player. It's not a huge advantage, but it's a pretty good one nevertheless. Immortal production has begun, dropping inside the main base. Right on top of these probes. Wow. He does not hesitate at all. Goes right for the probe line. Kills 16 more probes, as guess what's over here? A Widowmine drop at the third base kills more of them. I think that might be it for Neeb. He can't handle this army in his front door. His +2 armor is not there yet. Widowmine's firing. The Zealot count is 1. Blinking into another full medevac to pick off there. Well played for sure by Neeb. Medevac that did all the damage at the third base also gets picked off. These guys running for their lives. Total probes killed is 44. By golly, Zealot attack inside the main base. Charge Lot try to do stuff, but there's enough defending here to shut that down. Zealots chasing the Marauders home. Neeb's on 3 bases, but on 33 workers. His saturation levels are not good at all on 2 of his bases. Does he need to make this happen? I kind of feel like he needs to make this happen. Needs to do a ton of damage to Special's economy or else just flat out win here. It's going to be intense. Let's see if this works out. Warping an additional charge lots, and he's going to go for the pincer move on Special's army here, going after the tanks. Stalker's actually engaging quite nicely here. Tanks are down, but a lot more reinforcements are coming from Special. Army supply is bigger. There's only Stalkers here. I guess there are a couple of mortals technically, but he needs more Zealots is what he needs. Pulling the boys in defense. Here comes Special. Bringing the SCVs in. Marauders get picked off quite nicely. Special target firing them down with extreme prejudice. Zealots trying to do what they can here. Again, SCVs engaged, not what they want to do whatsoever. Warp Prism pulling on out. 59 to 33 armor supply. Armor supply is bigger for Special. He's won this match. That's it. Widowmine on. Widowmine. Widowmine takes down the Warp Prism. Special comes in for the killing blow, and Special takes the 2-1 lead here in this best of 5 after losing game number 1. He comes back, looks incredible doing it. Wow, Special making it happen capping here today. The attacks, just the harassment was what it was. The drops inside the main, the auto turret stuff of the natural, the Zealot attacks in the third base. So many probes died. 44 probes went down. You can't come back from that. It's not going to happen. And as a result, the army was smaller. Special, there was a nice little setup there where Neeb had the surround going, but more reinforcements came in from the third, and just constant production by Special up here too. He does not stop. He does not stop producing stuff. You knew he was going to come in and make stuff done. Ground armor level 2 just completed, but it was too late for Neeb. Weapons level 2 finishing too, but again, too late. If he'd waited for that, it might have been a different story. As a 2-2 versus a 1-1 is pretty fantastic, but didn't have it. Didn't have it when he wanted it and when he needed it. So GG does go to the Terran player. Let's go ahead and see if Special can 3-1 this thing, or if Neeb can force a game 5. I love these game 5s for that reason. We'll be right back with more StarCraft. Kairos Junction. Neeb top left, Special bottom right. All right, Neeb back against the wall here. If he wants to win, needs to win the next 2 games, which is pretty darn hard against somebody as good as Special is, but kind of feel like he can do it. 2019 season of Neeb. You heard it first here. Or maybe, 4th, 5th, 6th here. Anywho, Special doesn't seem to be wanting to proxy. Neeb isn't either. I'd like to see these high-level Protoss players do a bit more shenanigans. I know Haz does it. Need to cast more Haz, honestly. That guy's fantastic. But yeah, like Neeb and Showtime, like the 2 best foreigner Protoss, just never ever do. Nothing doing. Probe scouting. No big deal. Throwing up a gateway at home, yada, yada, yada. Barracks at home for Special. At least Special went for a proxy something in game number 2. So hats off to Special. You win my Creative Player Award for this series thus far. It's not over yet, though. It's not over yet. Neeb could do some crazy shenanigans here, but so far not interested. Just going as standard as you can possibly go. As safe and standard as you can. Who invented like the 1 Rax expand and the 1 gate expand? Who was it? I didn't know who the player is because they really influenced the game to an incredible extent. Everybody does this now. These builds are incredibly safe. You can be aggressive with them. You can be defensive with them. It's really good on macro. I mean, just... I don't know. I don't understand it. So, Reaper name on the way. Reaper's name is Fun Police. Hey, workers, you better not be playing Jenga over there. So the Reaper is a fun policeman. He probably won't actually observe the working of these SCVs. He's probably going to move out across the map and try to kill probes, but I guess he could be yelling at them while he does it. You should be working and not playing Jenga while I shoot you in the face, I believe is how he's going to try to make that happen. So, Reaper done. Short name means done before the Reaper comes out. We can actually pay attention to the minimap a little bit more. Probe hiding up here. He does not want to die to the Reaper. The Reaper's interested in finding him, but not that interested. He's not going to spend all of his time trying to kill that dude. He's got stuff to do and places to be. Adept going to finish up according to that production tab. And factory on the way from Special. Oh, the Adept finished the transfer. And now, I mean, you could probably kill that probe if you wanted. How's that sound? Pretty good. I mean, there's Adept on the way, but he's not here yet. And she's not here yet. And bam, probe down. That's a win. It's a win for the Fun Police. Oh, Command Center finishes just as the Adept shows up. Worst possible timing for Neeb there. You get to kill the little dude, that's fine. You kill the SCV, but can't actually stop construction on that building. You can't get inside the main base because of the wall. Some pretty good stuff here from Special. Gets a probe kill. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Wants that one real bad. Does get it. Oh, coming home bruised. And now dead. Adept really wants to break that wall down. Warp Prism are a little bit early here too. Indicates I think Neeb wants to be aggressive with it. We'll see if he manages to do so. Any third base from Neeb? Not yet. Neeb has been going for quick third bases pretty consistently throughout the series, but that is a little bit quick. 3.5 minutes, maybe too fast. And goodbye, Reaper. Bye, Fun Police, you're dead. I mean, not technically yet, but it's dead. Yeah, probes finished him off. You can come be the Fun Police. We'll show you what fun is. Bam. He down. All right, Warp Prism's showing up. Stalker's pushing out here too. What upgrades are we getting? Oh, a Robotics Bay. That's interesting. Robotics Bay opening. That's the first time we've seen that. So maybe like a Colossus Stalker push, but early aggression versus Cyclone. Pretty decent. Warp Prism Micro can break that lock on, but that's a lot of Marines. You're not going to want to engage here. Thanks. Thanks anyway. Pick up, save. Pick up, save. Pick up, land. There you go. Warp Prisms is good unit. Is possibly best unit in Protoss Arsenal. Don't tell Protoss players that. They will be upset. Because it sounds like you're calling for a nerf. Good save, man. Neeb. Keeping his dudes alive. Only lost 100 resources. Has taken 300 from Special. Goes inside the main base. Dodges back on out. Just trying to keep Special on his toes. Meanwhile, Robotics Bay is being used for exactly nothing. As another observer. There we go. Colossus on the way. Going for extended thermal lance? Possibly. Possibly Pig. Now, Colossus, I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. They are good, but they're not unbeatable. Which is, I think, where every unit probably should be, is in a good and not unbeatable position. Because if they're bad, that's not good. And if they're unbeatable, that's not good either. But there's this really sweet spot where units are just good units. Everything is good. But can be dealt with appropriately if you know they're coming and you're good at the game yourself. So... Observer flies in, does end up seeing a lot of barracks being produced and says, definitely bio play. Oh, the Raven with his detection. Ready, set, Raven. And the Observer dies. Warp Prism hasn't lost any units yet. Third base warping in at 5 minutes, which seems a little bit more reasonable. Twilight Council on the way because he doesn't want charge lots. I mean, you don't want to skip him entirely here. Definitely Colossus charge lot, a huge play you can make. Special, again, late on the third. I don't even see one under construction right now at the 5.5 minute mark, which indicates something of a 2-base timing attack. Colossus does reveal that it's here, so Special knows he has to deal with Colossus. I'm surprised. I would have thought the Colossus should have moved back so the Marine wouldn't actually spot it. Because now Special really needs to start making some Vikings. He's got a reactor on a starport, so whether this is going to be Medivacs or Vikings, I might honestly go Viking here. Like, if you just take a Colossus out of the engagement entirely in your next battle, you might just be able to win. There's going to be Medivacs, though, so he can handle the Colossus, apparently. Blah, blah. When was the last time we looked at a Colossus zap animation? Now, this is technically the head of the Colossus. I always think it's this thing, though. Tell me in the comments, where do you think the head of the Colossus is? Down here or up on the top? Because I always look at it like it's a Cyclops up on top. Anyway, eventually these rocks will die, but they have a ton of armor, like 3 armor on them. Is a whole bunch. Marine scouting out. Specials needs a third base at some point here. I do not see one, though. Special, oh, there it is. Building it over down here. Not building it inside the main at all. He's a brave, brave Terran today. Warp Prism thought about doing some stuff. Maybe tried to do some stuff. Thinking about doing some stuff. I'm pretty sure he unloaded his guys back here. Because there are some bruised stalkers and adepts involved, and I don't know how else people have gotten bruised. So Warp Prism thinking about dropping places, but the old classic maneuver of attack at the front and drop at the back is kind of a big deal. So charge done, extended thermal lance done, combat shield done, ground armor level 1 just about complete here. And yeah, Colossus with range, man. They're going to do pretty well for themselves against Bile. That's why you brought the tanks. That is why you've got, I guess, Liberators in production here. And Zealots inside the main base causing shenanigans. Warp Prism dies, though. Zealots get revenge on that. Going after some of these SCVs. The third base in trouble here from a Zealot, too. Man, it's just a couple Zealots here and there. Where is this Colossus going? I don't know, but there's 3 Colossus now. Oh, is he just going for it? Interference Matrix on all 3 Colossus. Huge play. Zealot's getting surrounded. If the Colossus could engage here, that would be it for special, but no, they're interfered with. Boy, forcing a pickup and a retreat anyway, even without those Colossus. Really good engagement out of Neeb. Army supply, 60 to 52. Neeb is up for what feels like the first time in the whole series. He has more army than special does. Third base canceled. Oh, man, I think Neeb has this. I think Neeb's on a 3 base. I think he's got more stuff. His production is better. Third base not going to happen. At least not for a little bit now. Delayed even further. Resources lost. 3,500 for special. 2,100 for Neeb. Tech favoring Neeb, too, with all the upgrades that he's been running with here so far. Bam, 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 bam. 4 of them in the mix. High ground tank, a little bit scary, but honestly, I think he can handle it. 2 tanks, a little bit scarier. As Neeb decides to pull back just a little bit to the third. He knows he's up. He can afford to be patient here. He's going for a 4th base. Because why not? At this stage, why not get a 4th base? Forge on the way. Is that his first forge? I think it is. Man, look at that oversaturation on the third. He's going to saturate that 4th instantly when he's ready to go. Special coming up. No tank support at all in this group. Really? I just don't see this going well for you at all. This is definitely a pickup and retreat type situation. Or just a straight up retreat type situation if you can retreat soon enough. Which I guess generally you can. Ghost Academy on the way. Double pumping Vikings to deal with the Colossus. Where are the Vikings, though? I guess they're defending here. Meanwhile, some probes are dying from a Liberator. That does not show up on the minimap at all. Look at this. Look at how the minimap does not have that Liberator. How am I supposed to see that? Maybe is that a teeny, teeny, tiny bit of a red? That is not red. I'm sorry, it's not red. Anyway, Liberator's got 7 kills. Special trying to even the score up a little bit. Not too shabby. Stalkers do find an angle in which they can kill the Liberator. 4th base might be cut off here. Now there are some tanks in the mix. Some SCVs here too. Zealot attack inside the main base causing some problems. But here's your engagement. Colossus Zealots. Colossus getting sniped down by Vikings, but not quickly enough. I don't think. This bio's getting absolutely roasted and toasted. Stalkers trying to focus down the tanks and the Marauders. Zealots coming around the left side. The main base of Special still getting killed by Zealots. And that is an absolute shellacking out of Neeb. Good game. Special taps out. Neeb is victorious. This was the problem here. Zealots free inside your main base. Not what you want at all. And there was enough to defend too. So pretty excellent game there out of Neeb. Resources lost on that one. 9,300 for Special. Only 7,500 for Neeb. Bunch of Marines died. Bunch of Zealots went down there too. 3 Colossus did get killed. And yeah, Colossus. No Storm yet from Neeb in this game. He's had Archons and he's had Colossus, but he hasn't done Disruptors and he hasn't done Storm. So ties up the series. Game 5 is where it's at, ladies and gentlemen. Very excited for this one. Man, pretty even match. This is what I expected, honestly, coming into this series. Is a pretty even series overall, just because these two players are right next to each other in the WCS standings. Neeb is higher, but Special is very capable of taking Neeb down. Special has done some great things at BlizzCon last year, recently. So, pretty darn scary dude. Spam your Doritos to help Juanito. And we'll be back with Game 5. Don't go anywhere. Game 5. Game 5 is here. Bottom right-hand corner, Special. Top left-hand corner, Neeb. Now, players can do one of two things in a Game 5. Be extremely safe or be extremely aggressive. And it looks like Special has chosen to be extremely aggressive here. Being extremely aggressive means that either you can win quickly or lose quickly if the other player sniffs out your aggressiveness. Oh man, 2 SCVs coming out from Special. I like it. I like aggressive players in rubber match games. All right, so where are we gonna go? He's taking different directions. He's trying to sniff out. Maybe there's a probe gonna see this, but bam! Immediate barracks coming down. Second barracks gonna get here sooner rather than later. He needs the minerals for it. There it is. Immediately preparing to throw it down. Cha-ching. Probe shows up. Probe scouting. Special has to know there's going to be a probe scout. The question is whether Neeb can respond in time and accurately to what's going on here. Oh boy. I mean, at this point, Neeb cannot expand at this stage. There's 2 barracks. There's going to be a lot of units showing up here. Expanding will kill you. You need stalkers or you need adepts. Some shield batteries would not do amiss here either. Would not go amiss? I don't know. See, here's Neeb. Here's Neeb. He's like, all right, where's the barracks? Where is the barracks? Is there barracks down? Oh, he almost saw that. He almost saw that. Immediate Zealot. Did he see that? No, he didn't see it. So immediate Zealot, immediate Cybernetics Core. He's doing what he needs to do here. He's not getting supply blocked. SCV really wants to throw up a bunker, but the probe's shutting that down quite nicely. It is obviously going to be some Marines, and here comes the train. Oh, get scouted too. Boy, here comes the bunker. This is the moment. This is the intensity of what we're looking at here. Who can hold? I honestly don't know who's going to win this thing. SCV down. No bunker for you. Bringing some probes down. Another Zealot showing up. Recognizing the importance of just having something to buffer for all this damage. Shield battery there too. Zealot gets surrounded and is going to get killed by the SCVs and the Marines. Adept being chrono boost out right now. Bunker is going to finish. Special might have almost just barely done this. Bunker finishes. Marines hop inside. And suddenly, GG, Special wins it with the double racks proxy bunker attack. Just barely squeezing it in there. Bunker down. This pylon is out. All your buildings are out. That's your game. He couldn't do anything. This adept would die, and the instant it popped out of the gateway here, the SCVs would keep it here. The Marines would finish it off. And that was it. I mean, it could have been extended out a little bit more. I mean, Neeb could have tried to make something happen, but he knew anything that came out of the gateway was done, and that was it. I mean, if he had built his stuff inside the main, he would have been fine, but his mistake was building out here, recognizing this is an easy wall, walling off Reaper hop-ups, preparing for more of a macro game, and Special said, no. Surprise. Surprise on that one. You gon' die. And by golly, he did. Incredible. Incredible series, really. Special starts the thing out losing the first game and ends up winning the whole darn shenanigan, the whole enchilada, the whole chimichanga, the whole whatever you want to call it. So well played for sure on him. Gets the victory in a 2.5-minute game 5. Just gutsy. Just takes so many guts to do that. So many guts, so much guts to do that. I think it's much guts to do that is the more appropriate way to express that term, but yeah. I mean, he needed to scout it, is what he needed to do. Neeb had too many workers. Obviously, he had too many probes. He needed to maybe wall this off, if at all possible. Maybe get up some adepts, throw up a shield battery or 2, and then he would have been okay. But nope. Just perfect confluence of events allows Special to get the win. Well executed by him, too. I mean, APM in this match is 314 for Neeb on average and 351 for Special. Good stuff. All right, cool. Well, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and your Sunday series. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.